All right, what's going on, everyone? Today we're going to replace the air filter in a 2006 E90 325i BMW. This process is very simple, something that you can do very easily yourself and save yourself a ton of money in the process. So what I have right here is an air filter for my BMW that I picked up from Napa Auto Parts. You can also easily acquire these on Amazon, and for those curious, go ahead and check out a link in the video description down below. And to get started with this process, you only need a few simple tools. You need a flathead screwdriver, you need a socket wrench, and this is a 10mm. And then you need one of those star-ended screwdrivers, and I believe this is a T25. All right, easy enough. So to get started, you're going to take your socket wrench, and there are two bolts on the side of your air filter compartment, and those bolts are right here and here. And you're simply just going to get started with your socket wrench and loosen those up. Fairly easy. I think I can loosen these by hand now. And just be careful not to drop these down in your engine bay. You definitely don't want to do that. It'll just prolong the process. So once you have those screws, set them off to the side in a safe place. All right. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and loosen up a metal clamp within the engine compartment that is right down here into this area. So we'll go ahead and adjust the camera angle so you can get a better view of that. And what we're going to use now is our flathead screwdriver to get right in there and just loosen that up a little bit. All right, there it is. We're just gonna go ahead and put your screwdriver in there. And it's just going to loosen it a little bit here. You can see how the clamp adjusts itself on downward, and we are just loosening this hose from the compartment of the air filter to make it easy to slide off of it. And we're just going to make sure we give it a generous amount of loosening here. That's probably gonna do it. Yeah, that's good right there. All right, now that you've taken out your bolts and you've loosened up the metal band down there, we're going to take this piece here and just use your thumb and work it off of your air filter compartment. And you can start to kind of lift this up and work it out a bit. Now don't yank on it because we still have to disconnect our airflow sensor. And we're just going to pull this out a little bit like this to make it give us a little more room to work with to disconnect that airflow sensor. So setting it up like that is good enough. We're going to come around here on this other side, get a different angle, and I'll show you where that airflow sensor connection is. This is it right here. Let's see if I actually can't quite get that in the video. Let's see here. This is it right down here. And we want to disconnect this from the wire harness. And to do that, you just need a flathead screwdriver. There's a little tab right here. Just want to be careful that you don't bust that tab when you're getting that off of there. And then you just pull it out like that. And there you go. All right, now that our air filter housing is out of the car, we need to use our star-headed screwdriver and remove all of the perimeter screws. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, of them. So let's get to that, and we'll separate the two halves, from which we'll actually expose the air filter itself. We'll take out the old one, see how dirty it is, and we'll pop in the new one. All right, now that all of our screws out, we are simply just gonna pull it apart. And I've got a little bit of debris in here, not a whole lot, some remnants of some leaves. So just kind of shake that out a little bit. But take a look at that. That's pretty gross. It's probably a little bit overdue in terms of getting that replaced, but I'm just gonna go ahead and pull that out. And you can just see all of the dirt that has been captured by this. So important to replace this air filter when they're due. All right, let's get the new one and we'll pop it in. All right, we're gonna take our new air filter now, and just to show you a side-by-side comparison, we can see how dirty that other one really is. This was just as yellow when I replaced this some time ago. So, yeah, pretty gross. You know, I already went ahead and kind of shook out the debris from both halves of the air filter housing, and you know, just get any kind of remnants out of it as best you can. If you have an air compressor, then you can blow it out. Probably would be the easiest and best, but installing a new air filter is simple. You just set it right in place. There's nothing to it. There's only one way it will go in. Just fit it in, just like that. You can check all sides, make sure that it's seated properly. There's no bumps, and we are good. Easy. Do this yourself, easy, easy. All right, now we're gonna take the other half. We're gonna pop it up right on top. Just like that. Boom, done. Now we just need to put our screws in and we're done. So let's go ahead and start doing that. Okay, now we'll tighten them down, hand tighten. Okay, we have gone all the way around the perimeter. Now it's time to reinstall. All right, I'm gonna take my wire harness for the airflow sensor and just kind of move it out of the way. We're gonna plug that in as one of our last steps. And kind of push that back as best we can. Okay. And there. We'll come back and grab that in a minute. And now we'll just take our air filter housing. Now we've got to fit this end, which contains our plug-in for our airflow sensor, which is right there, into this hose here. And then we need to take this end, fit it in here, and then of course we'll reattach our screws to the engine body itself. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and loosely start working this in. And actually, let me get a different camera angle for you here so you can maybe see this better from the top. All right, let's see how this does. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of angle this down into here and fit that into the hose, and that worked out. So you can see that okay. I'm going to reach in here and just make sure this hose is all the way around, and it is. And then we're going to take our screwdriver and tighten up this metal band. And secure this part of it. Yeah, what's up, buddy?
You want to hear me snap?
Huh?
You want to hear me snap?
What?
Do you want to hear me snap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, did you hear that?
I did.
That one, the last one, it was really good.
Nice job, buddy. All right, now we'll go ahead and plug in our airflow sensor. I'm just going to go ahead and plug in our airflow sensor here. Try to get it so you guys aren't getting blocked by my hand. Okay, and we're just going to plug it in. Plug it in. And there. And just, you're not going to hear it snap or anything, but as long as you see this metal bracket here over the top of that attachment, and you're good to go. Okay, fair enough, easy. And now lastly, well, second to last, we need to attach our hosing back to the air filter body. And just need to work this in. And there we go. And there's tabs here that go over. Then you just want to make sure that those tabs get up and over there. That's good. Make sure that's attached on all sides, and it is. And then we're almost done. Okay, now we're gonna put our bolts back in. And we're going to hand tighten these. And you're done. That's all there is to changing out the air filter in your BMW. This air filter, I think, cost me 15 bucks. That's it. So $15 and 10 minutes of your time. You can change out your own air filter and save yourself quite a bit of money. So if you found this video helpful, I'd appreciate it if you consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. Check out the links in the video description below onto where you can get these parts at Amazon. And while you're down there, check out links to some of my other videos for easy to do repairs that you can do to your own BMW, such as fixing your own headlights, changing out your cabin filter, and changing out your windshield wipers. Thanks everyone for taking the time to watch my video. Have a good day.